Hey, what's up, everyone? Good afternoon. Hey, I'm here today finishing up what I talked about yesterday with you guys. Second half of leadership, guys, and it's 10 points. I gave 5 yesterday. I'm going to give you guys the other 5 today from some things I learned about leadership and just sharing with you all, and hopefully it can impact you and help you with taking your leadership to the next level as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and knock these out really quickly. I'm sitting in the car. I'm gonna raise the window up. I'm not gonna sit in here too long because I'm gonna start sweating. My wife's in the store waiting on me, so it won't be long, guys. But picking up from where we left off yesterday, guys, the 6th point of leadership is caring. You have to care about people. You have to show that you care. Caring is huge. You know, when we look at if people don't, if we're just, I guess I'm not gonna say ruthless, but if we're just put to the point where people will see through you and see if it's just all about the money or if you truly care about a person. Hey, Gail, welcome. People will see through that, you know, and you can see, you've dealt with people, I've dealt with people where you can see where the bottom line for them is a sale, making money, and there is no care factor in the relationship. Your relationship has been false, and all they want from you is sales. And if you're not producing, if you're on a team, or if they don't feel they can get something of benefit for you, because anytime you talk to them, it's about money, 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 or, you know, just straight business. And if that's the relationship you have, you understand that. But if it's a person where you felt you've built some relationship with, and that's all their concern is, that's not a person who truly cares about it. So people want to see that you care. And a great way to show people you care is just by complimenting people. A compliment goes a long way. Even a small thing of asking the person, how's your day going? You know, I've been in stores and I try to make sure I ask the person behind the register, you know, how's your day going today? And that little thing right there for some people has made a big impact. You know, I was talking to a lady at a gas station, and she just told me, you know, we need more good people like you in the world. And she just saying, thank you, because I was just engaging in a small conversation with her, and it just helped her and made a big impact on her. And her words had a big impact on me because that was a compliment she paid me, right? So when you compliment people, that goes a long way. Complimenting people. You can get on Facebook, guys. You can go here and just compliment a person and just drop them a quick line and say, hey, I think you're such an awesome person. You know, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep it up. Just small stuff like that. People see that, and that's part of leadership, is just showing that you care. I remember a company I worked for years ago. The guy who was like one of the main bosses of the company, and there was thousands of employees. He knew everyone's name, and when he walked around and talked to you, he addressed you by your name. When you say a person's name, that shows to them that you care, and that was, you know, it just makes a big difference in the way you communicate with people. So caring is huge. All right, so you got to show that you care. The next thing, guys, is that you want to respect people. Respect goes a long way. If a person doesn't respect me, I'm not going to respect them. And that's the same thing, especially if you're dealing with adults, you're grown men and women. You know, you give respect, and respect is given back. That's the way it's supposed to be. Treat people like people, not like animals, not like they're a thing, a machine, or just a number. You know, you want to treat people like people, because just as that person has feelings, you have feelings as well. And anybody can, you know, that can just, when you don't respect a person, that can just truly destroy a relationship. And even if you don't come off as trying to disrespect the person, it's very easy to do so. That's why when you communicate with people, I love getting on the phone or talking face to face. And if it's something really important I have to say to somebody, I want them to hear me so they can understand I'm not trying to be disrespectful, or my words, especially if you're engaged in a conversation and you might be having it can be a debate about something. It's better to just talk it out and have that respect for each other, to talk it out because it's an important issue, versus just sending something through text. Everything is not all about text messages, man. Yeah, we live in a world now where people don't want to get on the phone. It's all about text, but certain things deserve either meeting face to face or having the respect of picking up the phone and talking to a person. Because if you don't, the person's mind wanders, and it leaves all of these unanswered clues as far as what a person really is trying to say to you. So have enough respect for that person to communicate to them, and at the end of the day, just have respect for each other. You know, in life and business, all business relationships are not gonna end well, or all business relationships will not come to fruition. But as long as you all can respect each other and have a mutual respect, you can still maintain some type of friendship. You know, you don't have to do business with everybody. You're not gonna do business with everybody, but you can respect everybody. I might not like the way you do something. You might not like the way I do something, but as long as we respect each other, we're cool. There are people in all areas of life who have to work with each other and deal with each other, but they might not like the way each other does things. But as long as the level of respect there, things can still get done, and a healthy relationship, even if it's just a hello and bye, can still be maintained. So respect is huge, especially when you're a leader and you're leading people. You have to respect others, and you know, in order to get respect back. All right. The next thing kind of leads into what the first two I talked about. I talked about caring, respect, and now communication. Communication is so huge, and that's why I said being able to communicate with other people is as prevalent, is necessary, because a person may feel you disrespected them, or a person may feel you coming off as condescending or trying to scold them, especially if you're a leader and if you're trying to critique a person on your team or give out some constructive criticism to somebody. Your words carry so much volume to them. They can come off as, you know, feeling like you disrespected them or you're trying to talk down to them, and that may not be the case. So you got to learn how to effectively communicate that and get your message across in the right way to a person. Being able to effectively communicate with people can also lift you up and help you grow and help your team grow. It's all about the way you word things and say things. Now, sometimes, like I said, you just got to tell a person how it is. But even if you do, you're not sugarcoating something, you can still say it in a way where it's not coming off as condescending or disrespectful. You know, so it's all about how to effectively communicate. I know people who have good intentions, but sometimes their wording, the way they communicate their message to a person, it kind of comes off in the wrong way. You know what I mean? So being able to communicate is so important, and great leaders are great communicators. This is a skill that we all have to develop at some point in our lives if we do want to learn how to communicate effectively. So, but how do you know, some people wonder, well, how do I improve my communication skills? How can I become a better communicator? And one of the ways you can communicate better, guys, is through reading books, investing in coaching. These are the things that you have to do. You have in trainings, you have to do these different things. You know, there are so many areas of things that we can develop to increase our communication. And if we don't feel that we're an effective communicator, if that's a weakness of ours, and if you do want to be a leader, you have to learn how to communicate. So 2 books I want to give you guys that will help you with your communication. One, I'm sure most of you all watching this are familiar with, and thank you for the likes. I appreciate it. And if you all are getting value, please feel free to hit me up with some more likes. I like the likes and the hearts, the love. One way, guys, to be a more effective communicator is by reading a great book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I believe it's by Stephen Covey. That is a great book. And even if you're in a home-based business, or if you're in a brick-and-mortar business, if you're in your job, and if you're in a leadership role, or you want to be in a leadership role, you have to learn how to communicate. So How to Win Friends and Influence People, and Winning with People by John C. Maxwell is another great book that will help you with your communication skills. All right? So communication. I'm looking down, guys. I got my tips written down. I got a couple more. Thank you so much, Gail. Thank you. Thank you. Trust. Number 9 is trust, guys. Trust is huge. If people trust you, they will follow you. You know, and part of that, you've seen it in network marketing companies and businesses, guys. When you have leaders, I've done it. I've left companies and went with leaders to other companies, and people will follow you because one of the reasons they trust you. You know, and you are a genuine person who have their best interest, not only their best interest, but the best interests of others at hand. And people have migrated. You see big migrations in companies where people, big leaders leave and go to another company. Well, you're not just leaving with that person because they're that person. You know, you believe in and trust in their vision of man, if they think it's something better is going on, they feel something better, I'm open to taking a look. And if you feel it and you want to roll with them, you'll trust it and you'll go with them over there. You know, now it doesn't happen all the time because you might be happy, you might be good with your company or what you're doing and you're set. But, you know, if something like that happens, a part of the reason why people leave and go with other leaders is because of the influence they have, and they have that level of trust to know this is a person who's genuine, this is a person I believe in, I trust that they're making a decision that's going to be good for all of the team, so I'm going to make that move with them. You know, and it's a logical move you got to make for yourself to say, is this a move I want to make? You know, obviously if you're succeeding and having success with your current company or whatever you're doing, stay put. Don't leave just because a leader left, because if you're becoming a leader yourself, you can continue to forge forward and have the success that you're already having it and continue to duplicate that, you know. So another part of trust, like I said, leaders with trust, leaders are genuine, and they might not always make the best moves, or it might not always be right, but that's part of being a leader, is taking a risk. But you know they're a trustful person, and they're not untrustworthy to where they're trying to snake you or you know, shun anybody or down the team and step on everybody to get to where they want to get to. You know, if that's a person that's like that, that's conniving and doing things of that nature, that's not a person that you can trust. But other things you see with leaders that are trustful, they're humble, and like I said, they are caring, and you see that you can naturally see if a person is trustworthy. That's just a human instinct that you can see from a person. You might be able to, you know, get away with it for a while, but then things will start coming out to make you think this person is skeptical, something's not right. So as a leader, you know, trust is huge with anybody, in any relationship, a personal relationship, a business relationship. If you don't have a person's trust, man, you're not gonna go far at all. So just be trustworthy, and know that if you do have the trust of the people, people will follow you. And if you are a genuine good person with good intentions, you will win a person's trust. All right. So last but not least, guys, last one, number 10, guys, is follow through on what you say you're going to do. Leaders always follow through. Leaders follow through. And guess what? Follow through. I mean, if you had said you're going to do something, make sure that you do it. That's part of trust. That's part of communication. Because no one's going to believe you. They can't trust you if you always say, hey, we're going to do this, I'm going to make this happen, and you don't do it, then people are going to start to scale back and look at you totally different. Now, understand that if it's something, a big project or something you're working on, and you can't follow through at that time, you might have to push the date back, but let people know you're still going to get it done. And if it's something you completely can't do at all, communicate that to your team. You know, that's why it's part of communication. If it's something, a project, even something as small as a webinar, and let's say you have to cancel that webinar, and if you just flat out cancel it and don't give an explanation why, that's going to leave questions. Oh, you're welcome, Donna. Oh, hey, Donna, I just connected with Donna. How you doing, Donna? Thanks for hopping on out there in New Mexico. But if you don't have that level of trust, like, why didn't we have the webinar? What happened? And I just didn't do it. That's not going to fly, because people are dependent on you for you to give them some value, to give them some information that's going to help them grow. And, you know, you got to at least put out a cost and an email and give an explanation of why it didn't occur. Communicate that to your team, and then guess what? Reschedule that, and then now follow through with it at a later date. But if you say you're going to do something and you put it out there to your team that you're going to do it, you know, that's why you have to think and plan out things before you do something. If you're just going off a whim and just going off emotion, saying you can do something and it's a little too big for you to handle, then, you know, don't set yourself up for failure like that. You know, execute and plan wisely. And like I said, if you say you're going to do something, you're going to communicate that to your team, you're going to communicate that to others. Even if it takes you a longer period of time, follow through with it, man. That's hugely important. And if you can't, communicate that to your team and let them know, so you can continue to have their trust and know that you have their best interests at hand. All right, so there you have it, guys. That's the 10. The 6 for today were caring, respect, communication, trust of people, and make sure that you follow through on what you say you're gonna do. And if you wanted to see the other 5, guys, I did the other 5 yesterday. You can look in my my live stream here. Look through my lives on my page, or you can go over to my fan page, Facebook.com/Eddie Harvey fan page, and you can check them out right there. But man, I got value from these, and the tips I'm sharing with you guys, I learned from a person who is a mentor to me and a leader in the home-based business industry. And, you know, I follow a lot of things that he does, and it's helping me grow my business and helping me with becoming a better leader. So I just want to take that value and share it out with you all. So I hope you all found it valuable and you can apply these principles. Thank you, Gail. Thank you, Donna, for hopping on. Anybody else that hopped on. Donna, I'm so happy that you got value from it. And whoever else is watching, I hope it was able to impact you in a positive way as well. So if you guys want to connect with me, learn more about me, and if you're looking for any, you know, marketing tips, trainings, and techniques, I have a bunch of valuable things that can help you out in your business. Head over to my blog at eddieLharvey.com. With that being said, guys, I'll be back later on today, show you all some cool tools that I got that's going to help and can help you as well if you're doing videos, live videos, static videos. It don't matter. I'm going to share those tools with you all, guys, that can definitely help improve the quality of videos and you know, just make things more productive for you. All right, so I'm going to run into the store with my wife here really quickly, and I will talk to you guys later. Have an awesome Saturday. Take care.